as we begin this very powerful day called Tisha B'Av, that Rav Yisrael Salant exposes to us how powerful this day is. He says one can grow from a Tisha B'Av as much as one can grow from a Yom Kippur. An amazing, powerful day, a day for so much growth. And Chazal gave us what to do. How do we absorb this great day? Through being mitzavel on the Churban Beis Hamikdash. Not just tonight, tomorrow, a whole day. Focus on the Churban Beis Hamikdash. Disconnect from the world we're in. Shut off your phones. Go into the world of Churban Beis Hamikdash for 24 hours. Yet for some of us, that is so difficult. Because we never saw a Beis Hamikdash to be mitzavel on a Beis Hamikdash. So how can we sit and focus for 24 hours like the halacha says? You can't even do malacha. That's how powerful this focusing is for 24 hours. Yet we never saw a Beis Hamikdash. And to some of us it might be so foreign, because we struggle just for our basic Torah, Tefillah, mitzvahs. Beis Hamikdash, that's such high madregas. That's not us. How can we connect to it? These are the thoughts that go on in a person's mind. But Chazal tell us something fascinating. On the contrary, the feelings of Churban Beis Hamikdash are in the DNA of every Yid. It's not something foreign, it's something within every Yid. Based on the Gemara Masechtas Chagiga, the Gemara brings down a pasuk from Yirmiyah, the Mistorim Tifka Nafshi. The Rebbeinu Shem says, in secrecy in a quiet chamber I cry about the Churban Beis Hamikdash. So the Gemara Chagiga asks, but we know the culture in Shemayim is ois, strength, v'chedva, and simcha. That's the culture. That's the atmosphere in Shemayim. So how is it possible that the pasuk says, "B'mistorim tifka nafshi"? Zokti Gemara are perplexing terrors. The Gemara says, ois v'chedva mekayma, that's on the outside. But there's an inner chamber that the Rebbeinu Shem cries, that's the Mistarim Tifka Nafshi. Frek Maral, where is that inner chamber? Zok Maral, that inner chamber is in the Neshama, the Chelek HaKayim that every Yid has. That's where those feelings for Churban Beis Hamikdash are. Every Yid, Churban Beis Hamikdash is not something foreign. It's in our DNA, it's in our blood. It's in the depths of our heart, in our neshama, in the depths of our heart. So it's not something foreign. It's something we can all connect to. How do we connect to it? What is our avodah, our tool, our bridge to get there? Just like every Yom Tov, Pesach, Sukkot, we have mitzvahs to connect us to the ruchnius of the day, to the inspiration. What is the avodah on Tisha B'Av? So the Gemara says in Masechtas Taanis, the Gemara says that the Rebbeinu Shem tells Klal Yisrael, since you by the Meraglim cried in vain for no reason, till Mashiach, you're going to cry on the day of Tisha B'Av. Our avodah on Tisha B'Av is to cry. Because crying on the lips of the heart, the depths of the heart comes out in tears. Rav Shamshon Fowler says, the sweat of the neshama are the tears. And the day on Tisha B'Av that we try to reach our depths, our neshama within the depths of our heart, that can only come with tears. And not just an hour of tears, 24 hours of tears. There's an interesting Aruch HaShulchan that lends itself to this. The Aruch HaShulchan says, you know, there's halacha on Tisha B'Av that you're not allowed to learn because B'kudei Hashem Yisharim Misamchei Leiv. Torah uplifts us. So you can't learn on Tisha B'Av. Frek Darach HaShulchan, does it really uplift us that we shouldn't be able to learn? It seems comical. Zok Darach HaShulchan, we might not feel it, but our neshama feels it. And that's what Tisha B'Av is all about. On the front burner on Tisha B'Av is the Yiddish neshama and the Chelik L'Kayim Yamal. Those feelings for Churban Beis Hamikdash. We say in davening, Boine Yerushalayim Hashem, Nidchei Yisrael Yechanes, Haroifei L'Shvurei Leil. As soon as Yerushalayim is built, Haroifei L'Shvurei Leil. Oh, that makes so much sense. Because our depths of our heart are torn and ripped with the feelings of Churban Beis Hamikdash. That's why when we say the Moedim D'Rabbanan, we say when the Rebbeinu Shalom gather us from galus, La'avdecha B'leiv of Sholem. Now our heart, the depths of our heart, has a hole in it, and that hole is feelings for Churban Beis Hamikdash. Tisha B'Av, what a powerful day! And let me highlight to you how powerful it is. We say every Monday and Thursday, Habeit Mishamayim Urei, Rebbeinu Shloim Lo Keinu Lav Bakeles Bagoyim. The whole world looks at us as a joke. They beat us up, they oppress us, they do whatever it is because we're a joke. We're target practice for them. B'kol זאת שמך שכחנו. But we never forgot about you, Rebbeinu Shalom. And there are so many stories throughout the history of Klal Yisrael that echo that powerful and emotional pillar. The Kovna ghetto, when it was liquidated, and they went into the gas chambers. It was on Simchas Torah. And they were all crammed in there, Rahman al-Islam, seconds before their death, their horrific death. And one Yid screams out, Rabbi Yisrael says, Simchas Torah heint, Midaf Tansin. It's Simchas Torah, you have to dance. And another Yid pops up, Mahamishkin Sifrei Torah, we have no Sifrei Torah. Then a third Yid screams, we're so close to the Rebbeinu Shalom. We are the Sifrei Torah now. Seconds before the death, b'chol זאת שמך לא שכחנו. In Kelm, when the Nazis came in to slaughter the whole community, the Menal of Kelm, Rav Daniel, got up there and gave them Divrei Yisraelis and explained them what Kiddush Hashem is. And when he finished, and the Nazis were there waiting to devour them, they were singing Aleinu l'shabeach l'adayim l'koil. B'chol זאת שמך לא שכחנו. And as of recent, we've read so many stories in the darkness of the tunnels in Gaza, with these beasts around them, encircled them, bloodthirsty, ready to destroy them. B'chol זאת שמך לא שכחנו, no al tishkachenu. And when we hear these stories, we say to ourselves, yes, those are very special people. That's not really who I am. Yet tonight, Tisha B'Av, when we go through Eicha, the darkest chapter of history in Klal Yisrael, and it continues till today with all the tzaris. What do we say? The one pasuk we say out loud. The one pasuk we say together. Hashiveinu Hashem Eilecha v'nashuva. Rebbeinu Shalom, we want to return to you. In the depths of galus ve'emek havocha. Every Yid tonight is going to scream Hashiveinu Hashem Eilecha. B'chol זאת שמך לא שכחנו. That's how powerful Tisha B'Av is. Tisha B'Av, we have the power to reach our neshama. And when we reach the Yiddish neshama, it's immeasurable, our koiches. The Peshischa gives a mashal that's so applicable to what we discussed. The Peshischa says that it was the castle that was burning, and everybody that lived in the castle ran out, and the king also. Everybody felt bad, but the king was crying bitterly. And they asked him, Adoni HaMelech, we understand, but why are you crying so bitterly? He said, because you people don't know what's in the treasures. I know. That's why I'm crying bitterly. Because I know the magnitude of the loss you don't know. All year round, we're like those people. Tisha B'Av, we become like that king. We realize we get close to our neshama, and we realize when we all spring together, Emo, Tzveimo, Ashivenu, Hashem, Eilecha v'Nashula, Kadesh Yemenu Kikedem. How do we connect to this neshama? How do we unleash this neshama, that neshama will take us over and will become a piece of Churban Beis Hamikdash? And why did the Rebbeinu Shalom find it so important in the depths of our neshama, in our heart, to put feelings of Churban Beis Hamikdash? Why was it so important? Could be the answer is Chazal told us and showed us how to do it. Chazal told us for 24 hours you have to relive the Churban. Because if you relive the Churban, you will live the Churban. If you relive the Churban, you will start living the Churban and realize the Churban didn't happen almost 2,000 years ago. We're in Churban Beis Hamikdash for almost 2,000 years. And how does that happen? How do you relive it to come to the level of living Churban Beis Hamikdash in year 2026? The answer is Eicha. If we look at Eicha, we find it fascinating. It's not just a sequence of events. It discusses the emotions, the feelings of Klal Yisrael b'shas the Churban. Hopeless, helpless, lost, lonely, vulnerable, devalued. All these feelings are in the psukim of Eicha. Those feelings, the Megillah tells us, are galus feelings. Those feelings are not supposed to happen Bisman Beis Hamikdash. Bisman Beis Hamikdash, Vasili Mikdash, V'shachanti V'soicha, we lived with the Rebbeinu Shalom. We lived in the Rebbeinu Shalom's house, V'bayis HaGadol V'Hakadosh Shenikra Shimcha. It was called the Rebbeinu Shalom's house. And the Rebbeinu Shalom's house, that's the culture of the Rebbeinu Shalom. Ois, v'chezva, v'mekayim, simcha, positivity. Strength, no weakness. Kihi, Beis Chayenu. It was our Beis Chayenu. We were fueled by it. The Gemara Masechtas Bracha says we were so secure when Beis Hamikdash was around. We were like sitting at a father's table and he takes care of all your needs, nothing to worry. Warmth, nothing to be lonely about. Churban Beis Hamikdash brought us all these feelings. People think for Churban Beis Hamikdash to connect, you have to read a Holocaust book. You can connect the Churban Beis Hamikdash with your own feelings. Which one of us during the year doesn't have these feelings of loneliness? Helpless, hopeless, disappointment. We have it ongoing, every person. And those are the feelings we have to connect to. When we read Eicha, and we say our kinus, and those feelings can give us a little connection to Churban Beis Hamikdash. But it's not just tonight, it's not just tomorrow, it's a whole day tomorrow, and we sit in darkness, because those feelings are supposed to peel off layer and layer and realize that this is not the place we're supposed to be. Once Churban Beis Hamikdash happened, it was so painful, but then unfortunately we got used to it. Not only did we get used to it, we got very comfortable. We enjoyed our homes, our cars, our toys, and we became very comfortable. We need 24 hours, tear after tear, to peel away that connection we have to the Churban Beis Hamikdash world that the Yeshiva anchored us into with our materialistic desires. We're caught up in a mudslide. Not only do we need 24 hours, we shut off the lights, like it says in the Pasuk in Eicha, that the Rebbeinu Shalom put us in darkness, Kimei Se'olam. We have to feel like we're dead, we don't exist in this culture, this is not us. And that's the power of Eicha. Yet that's not enough still. After we're sitting B'Emek HaBocha and we're peeling away layer after layer of our connection to this world, and we're realizing this is not the world we should be in. This is not the world to be comfortable in, and every tear takes away another layer. And we think about all our downs throughout the year. Yet that's still not enough. Chazal says we have a lochet of avelus. Not just like avelus, but like the Gemara says, Meisei mutal lefanov, like a levaya, like something we lost, something so dear to us, a loved one. To impress on us. Don't be scared of a culture of the Beis Hamikdash. This is who you are. It's part of you. The Rebbeinu Shalom cries by the Churban Beis Hamikdash, and ever since then he's crying. Why? What's the significance? He misses us. That's what he wants to show us. We're connected to him. This is the culture we belong in, a culture of Beis Hamikdash, a culture of Roimamos. That's who we are. That's who we were. We find in Eicha. The most popular word in Eicha is Eicha. Why Eicha? Because that coins everything. Eicha means, how could this happen to us? We were so close to the Rebbeinu Shalom. That's where we belong. Eicha, Eicha. They say, oh, what a big Hasidic Rebbe. A whole day he sat with his head down and screamed, Eicha, Eicha, and every once in a while he used to pick up his head, Hat Mashiach shein angekommen. So besides peeling off those layers, we have to focus on the Eicha. Who are we? Where do we belong? We belong in the Beis Hamikdash. That's who we really are. And that's why this day is such an important day, such a powerful day, such a day we can connect. We became different people. It's a reality check for us, who we are. Not a day to be scared of. Churban Beis Hamikdash's feelings we have, we just have to ignite them and let them take us over until it takes us over and we realize we're allergic to the world we live in. This is not where we belong and this is not where we want to be. And then we expose ourselves to what the Beis Hamikdash was and to what we really could be and who we really are. Is it not a powerful day? Isn't it not a tremendous day of growth? Isn't it not a day just like Yom Kippur? There is so much growth in this day, but it takes a lot of work. It's sitting for 24 hours and not being the Siach Das for Avelis, and focusing and focusing and focusing in our own life. Reading, not just Holocaust books, reading the chapters of our own life and realizing it's not normal. In davening, we have a significant amount of brachas that we discuss about Binyan Beis Hamikdash. Why is that so important? Why is that so parnasa, refuahs, gal Yisrael? Why do we need so many brachas about Geula? You know what the Teretz is? The Torah says after a Tisha B'Av we realize we're in such darkness. Why should we get up tomorrow? We're so engulfed in the web of galus. What fuels us is binyan Beis Hamikdash. And that's why Ishmael Esrei, we say over and over again, T'ka b'shofer, v'lishlayim ircha, semachta, v'sechazeno eineinu, that it should fuel us. That's our tomorrow. Hope, that's our tomorrow. And then we can come to a true Ashivenu Hashem Elecha. The Svarim bring down the Shla and the Peliyayitz, which most of us can't comprehend. That not only do you have to be B'tzar from our own tzaros, but the Tsar of the Shechina. What does that mean? First, what does the Tsar of the Shechina mean? So let me share with you a fascinating story. There was a Schwab family. Brothers lived in America, Gedolim. And they were asked, why was your father or your Peish Yid before the Muhammad Zaycha to such a beautiful family? So one of the stories he told them is, when he wanted to punish them, those days to get a piece of bread with jam on it was a delicacy. And the day you were punished, you got a piece of bread without jam. And this happened often. They were boys. Then once they realized the day that the father punished one of them and ate the bread without jam, the father didn't put jam on his bread either. Because he loved his children so much, he couldn't put it on. So too can imagine the Rebbeinu Shalom Tsar that we're sitting here, Be'emek HaBacha, with such tzaros, Klal Yisrael tzaros, our own tzaros, our personal ups and downs, the Tsar from the Rebbeinu Shalom. Says the Peliyayitz and the Shla, we have to think about the Tsar of the Rebbeinu Shalom. Because when we say Ashivenu Hashem Elecha, we're building a relationship with the Rebbeinu Shalom. It's not just a relationship, it's a real relationship that we feel the pain of the Rebbeinu Shalom. Like a husband and wife, a spouse. So when we say Ashivenu Hashem Elecha and Ashuva tonight, from the depths of our heart after hearing all the tzaros and knowing all the tzaros and reading all the tzaros and feeling our own tzaros. Yet b'chol זאת שמך שכחנו, we want you, Rebbeinu Shalom. Not only do we want you, Rebbeinu Shalom, we have tsar that you have tsar for us, that you cry a whole day for us. It's out of pure love. And that's what Tisha B'Av is all about. A day that we're Zocha to meet our neshama, and if utilized properly, after we dig away those layers, to connect to our neshama and ignite those feelings of Churban, Beis Hamikdash, and those feelings will disconnect us, dislodge us from the Olam Hazeh that we're so comfortable in. Those Rebbeinu Shalom's feelings that He put in us, those peel it away, dislodge it, and we'll be different people. So the Rebbeinu Shalom helping, we should all be Zocha, that the Rebbeinu Shalom should award us and God's Klal Yisrael, a proper Tisha B'Av. And the Divrei Tanchumim that we say at the end of Kinos tonight and tomorrow should become a reality, and we should be Tzaychet v'Tzaychet Zeh V'Neina B'Shuvcha L'Tzion B'Racham.